napkins or the Christmas colours?
Oh, Christmassy as you like. I did ask for crackers, didn't I?
Oh, yes, they're all arranged. They came down from Harrods this morning.
That's fine, William. Goodness knows how the evening will go. Oh, and can you make sure that any presents are put by the tree? That might soften things a little.
Oh, seems like old times. How many years is it since you were here?
Oh, I really don't know, William. But we never came down in the winter.
Linda, will you be careful?
Sorry, sir. Slipped straight through my hands.
Oh, Silver can scratch so easily.
Sorry, sir. Didn't mean it.
Oh, if you drop that, what are you going to be like when you serve the soup?
They knives are sharp, sir. I've cut myself. 'Tis bleeding.
Go and get it bandaged. The housekeeper's on duty now.
Oh, the blood's running down my arm, sir.
Well, hurry then.
I'll have to use a serviette, sir.
Napkin, girl, napkin. So sorry, madam.
If you want to do that again later, I'll show you where to drop the knife.
So sorry, madam. She's new here. She's learning our ways. Will you want me to show them where to sit?
Take me all the time to be civil to them. You do have some place cards, don't you?
Oh, certainly, Mrs. Martin. Place cards for her own family, I ask.
And make sure it's 7 o'clock on the dot, will you? Otherwise, I shall have to make small talk.
What about wine, Mrs. Martin?
What do you mean, what about wine?
Well, it's just that sometimes we've heard about your son.
Well, I'm not going without wine with dinner just because he can't control himself. Takes after his father, never knew when to stop.
With each course, then? And liqueurs?
Oh, might as well. It is Christmas. If the boy can't handle his drink, then at least he's amongst friends, isn't he? Might just help some of them get through the evening.
William, I finished it. What do you think? Oh, sorry, madam. I thought William was on his own.
Oh, that looks lovely. Bring it in properly.
This is Sarah, our gardener, Mrs. Martin.
Hello, Sarah. Oh, holly, stars, mistletoe, and all that glittery stuff. Oh, it's lovely. And smell. Oh, it smells just like Christmas.
Well, that's Ilex aquifolium, Picea abies, and Viscamel.
Thank you, Sarah. Now, where were we?
Now, Chef is already on with the preparations. The dining room will soon be ready, Mrs. Martin. 7 o'clock is the usual time for serving dinner.
So 7 o'clock on the dot, and just keep things moving along, please. The fewer chances for conversation, the better.
I know it'll be an excellent evening, ma'am. Fine food, fine wine, and all just before Christmas.
Sounds a bit stormy out there.
Oh, there aren't many nights without the wind blowing. You'll be taken care of, Mrs. Martin. You know you will.
Paging Mrs. Martin. Telegraph message for Mrs. Martin. Paging Mrs. Martin. Telegraph message received for Mrs. Martin.
Half of them just don't care with their hoity-toity ways. The other half probably aren't who they say they are. The number of times I've been shouting a name, and they've had to be dug in the ribs to remind them who they are. Let's try this once again.
Paging Mrs. Martin. Message for Mrs. Martin.
Not sure about her. Not sure about her sister. Both have been here, but not as themselves, if you know what I mean. And that Mr. Martin seems very familiar.
Last call for Mrs. Martin. Last call for Mrs. Martin.
So, Michael,
Gosh, you made me jump.
how are you?
It's so peaceful and quiet in here.
I didn't mean to surprise you.
There's something about books and a library.
And the answer to my question?
I'm all right, although I don't know what to make of today. What's she up to? Completely out of the blue, I get an invitation.
At first, I thought it was to do with Christmas, but why this year? She's never thought of doing this before.
Well, she's not getting a gift from me, and I'd better keep your present until we're well away from here.
Do you think there are suspicions?
Suspicions? What suspicions are these?
Have you been creeping about the place again?
I've no need to creep about, you know. It's you two should be careful.
Is there anything I can do to help? With the arrangements?
No, thank you, sister dear. I'm going to leave you now. Leave you two on your own.
Just turning the bed down, Marm.
Have you emptied the suitcases?
Everything has been put in the drawers and in the wardrobe, Marm.
Well, thank you, Polly.
Everything except for a pair of Sir's trousers. They were in a bit of a state.
What do you mean, a bit of a state?
Well, pardon me, Marm, for being presumptive, but they were all torn and in tatters. I gave them to housekeeper for repair.
Why on earth should he bring them here?
Well, if you ask me, Marm, I reckon he had an accident in them.
An accident?
'Tis my psychic powers. I reckon he had an accident with a stagecoach in Scotland.
That is astonishing.
I have been given these powers, Marm. Powers that mean I can see unusual things.
Like what?
Like, I can tell you have been here before.
Well, of course I've been here before, many times. It's such a lovely place.
Oh, Marm, you have been in this room before. I felt your presence here before you arrived.
Oh, come now, girl. You'll be telling me next that the porter used to be an ex-policeman.
And I've funny feelings about that sport and pleasure manager.
Oh, there's nothing special about him. Just a commentator.
I have feelings about this Christmas, too. Someone is going to be disappointed. Very disappointed.
Now, look, I need my black dress with the off-the-shoulder look. Can you get it out for me? I've got to get ready for dinner.
You've got your family here, haven't you?
I must be ready for 7. I'm back here by 8 if it's anything to do with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a tradition in this hotel that we welcome each year the choir from the local church for the evening. Now, as we prepare for dinner tonight, I'm sure you'd like to hear some Christmas music.
Come and behold him,
outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow.